They will not come. The beat goes on. Yeah, that's so with you. And then World Cities Day. World Cities Day. The theme is simple. Act local to go global.
The Ken, boss. Jamia Dumo. Now swear.
I don't.
Yeah, the Yamiasi.
And then we're driving the by and answer over public transport and not trotron after by.
And then Madame for the ABC me.
Almost over drive home.
Well, what on the castle?
Now, no, remember that. That in your program, honey, sir. Say, petrol, they're trying to say, enemy from a very solid source. Now, petrol was selling for 63 cedis a gallon. Liter, yeah, I mean, 63.
Okay.
And Ranopa, it was selling at 77.
77?
Yes, a gallon. They say, we 200 gallons, I won't even to 3 gallons. Your car will be packaged.
22 plus. We need 2 gallons. I see.
Are serious? But
now
who costs? Now who costs up? And on the show say, Charlie, no my cost.
Sure.
Global.
Global.
Some people the other time I don't know. Yeah, I'm a fan. Will be a fan. You know, I try. Maybe give a stomach journalist. But for me, I don't know. Say, oh, go pump a car, go top fuel. You know, within their car, it is selling at 77. I say, I didn't only say. They say Russia phone. When your budget is all on fuel and mobile. And now, just over try. You have to go and buy it in their currency or with their currency. That's right. And it's quite expensive. Baby, as I say, baby, the OPEC for no her, a one I any America for Britain for in there, OPEC for no. You can imagine, say, any USA for compete.
Wow,
yes.
Nancy, as Uncle Fonso's crowds, minimum DB also a home. When some catty or man can own production. That's some catty.
That's it.
And I'm doing team chances. The say a dear, yes, be uncapable man about more. Maybe a petrol number from Kakrama, you know. Most of us say, oh, ya catty production. Then just some person more year, and we have some more. And who was a independent more day. And we are in general to my day. And Yango in Bayango Pobe. Who say we are saying, if it's independent my day, a whole world.
Well, and then we saw some penny address to the nation and a bit take center stage. We are sure pass and one be able to have some, but because
boss
and a wife was sending me, and it be very important.
Wife dancing.
The Trump bread on the Trump panel. So we are dancing. Or a filling station. YF.
Oh, not so one can see a magic food.
YF bread.
And every Saturday,
they say the other food is the same. Also, with the current increase in price of everything, we are grateful to God that He has not increased the tax to 15 or 20%. It's still 10%.
The tithe.
Be faithful and don't rob God. Because even with the economic situation, inflation, the wages of sin have not changed. The price remains death. Therefore, sin no more and follow Him sincerely. As I said, normal boy. God is good. Because clearly, I said, by this time, can go for Kawaii? And to what tomb? I said, a tight.
No, never a man's what tomb.
But he's still gracious. And, you know, we should
be
thankful. It is your birthday today, Dr. Frank. A wedgie, Dr. Frank, a wedgie. And then, what would that? My Dr. Frank, a wedgie. Those who know him, they know. We're a real couple. In the lottery industry and a construction, and were simply amazing. Okay, Obisi Total is still selling at 63. Total for you, Damasi. I'm go Total. Now we go to 2010 before say I didn't move it here. Now almost out to Total is selling petrol a gallon for 63 cedis.
Okay.
It's a Dr. Frank J. Making and pay Marin Chiao, Kokrokoo. I've been also about. We are in a coffee, that's our time. We are Yaba. Who guys are high bedroom? A time after we are bedroom. Young cabin channels are the action.
Oh, sister. My sister, you know.
What did I put me out or better than Yagizi? She said, I want to 3 and I cabin channel. What is the people timer which me at dealing with the time and watching? I found we would have one relaxing week.
And you can't get you're watching cabin channel. Oh, sister. Sister Aquaba.
Yeah, me dear.
Sister now, I don't know.
Oh, huh? Yeah, he come in there. I was
I don't know, madam. I was a bemin.
The petrol is.
But we are all in this time together.
Yes.
Oh, of course, everybody.
We are all in this time together.
No, I don't hear.
And we should be in peace. And
you can't do anything, but you can always complain. And I said, yeah. Where the day with me, but it's not a person.
And then Roman Penica. We should be all in together.
My big sister is in the UK.
Yes.
And you really did go when I was confused. I make up a true born near the actor. Then they just say, maybe the American service.
See,
so okay. But they all swear they also and the damn hot trim. Tell me got to full past 77.
I can't fancy.
Last time she said, I
walk us now.
I'm confused. Yeah, but you were as well as him. It's the Aqua say, the woman say, this is okay. No, the baby Aqua. So our face, I know you took care of
now for some months now. Who say this time you bring? Say, who cry and trafficking shed and you be
it is projected somewhere by Christmas. Now, cover 100 cities. I don't remember, but there's a total almost the whole 63.
63.
Okay. And you know, and then the point. Master is so jamby. Very good job. This brings to thank you. I don't the demia call. Or man penny come out need. Even before, so man penny be Cassandra. Semua menambu social media. Ubia or baby and what position. We all be happy. It is going to be usual political talk. It is going to be okay. And there came Oman Penny looking very sober.
Yes.
And visibly troubled. You can see that the man is
down.
Why not?
And the man was wearing a tadia. Me are the material. We the a prior we come. And one of us I say, one pediatric was we win your hurry. Most of the times, not Tadian, I reflect on the messenger. It's what I did. And we should be united. We are in this together. We are in this together. And you
remain united.
The battle is still also the battle is still the loss. I don't know. Cassie, I can't believe it. It's not where Cassie mean Cassie a petrol be honor. What if say okay? Said one of the reasons why I'm a dollar intimento a speculation. Or Cassie, there was a 2-minute WhatsApp. Bia obi to platform so or no cry onya bia na create ade bi say obeka said IMF Ghana econo just say so people started rushing to buy dollar na account but there am dey and so say or say they say security agencies are out there to ensure say all yes they will be searched, located and arrested if possible.
Fantastic.
Because clearly, said you can say you can say you see the mad rush. For once, you are very, very spot on.
No panic, no.
Say yenjai sadie no. Sa speculations no. And fa bibia amre obia. Na minim say you can say ahocha ba ɛyɛ obi so de
advantage
na sa ade say nyina ye tumrika kota de nipa kro obi a ebo no oje de dodo na ye pra de na to no na pagya bo no
yes say every amete minim bintimi nkyerɛ sɛ no kre yes maami bi ajama wo kra anwa aba no sa na metete na nkofo ka kyɛ say AC platforms bi as I radio stations is one yes jama anwa no kokofa ba the free man ai ben na otu na mo treat yes or they I don't buy I'm so the problem 45 for as a 450 and they decided to hold it so we enter na almost the over the 1000 bebadia and 1000 to me let me say sa no mo ka minim I can I
send na report
you watch it over
me just there be so no the soldier for the police for call man o free o man wa to ba na wan go ha na o mayi na waton Wajina hono ma for beton and 550 no wajina sika because what they are na ma 450 untuanaka wo ha won to ade no wo de kwa for 1000 if it is true the woman God bless her if it is say you woman wo be ma abu no bi ka kire me
ba no kipi ye enti a kire no no a
na me dia bra wo adwo ya wo ti we ai me di friu me di friu for 450
na me so me
na wo dia gu ho ton do ena obi beto dia 1002 and 1000 ena me maba sa de na me de ma o ntua
wo peye buye
engineer
fa ba mama
good enti ho no ma no sa na ma che se ti sa dia
oje no ton 550
yes so from bebrebe okwa ya no
me de ma ti yes me hu kwa seriously me nya obi a ona kasa confirm say
no way essentially na yeah was I would
well if it is like that so he reported it our parents were kind one the kind say we should stop doing that yes kaka na true
but fine so you
our parents admit say we are in a crisis
sure
we want can find whether so we are na crisis no crowd back as a problem can say
you want to amani no din onye sumo ahokyere ya ahokyere no din
ken na say unse ye ma nyina kwasuri akatua no de gina na de wogie na wogie mi hu akatua no ye nto hwi mu no kra no na ye kete ani wanko ba bia na eni ma nyina san
ese we use ese we use me word no na ho haro akatua no ye nto no membra na ye te so
ye te him so na ya san to ni mu na de gina no ayesa ma wo hwehwe just enso she enti wo trasese a se kane na bia nka wotimi ato mo loka baako na se edo betwa be na wotwe a enei sika na de to loka baako no ebeto fa
all right enra me to be fuel no me nka na zem da wotenso woto ne de 63 enyinem e kan se goy
Ejinem fi Accra, ejinem.
Santa Senyinem. Yes, senior na pen. I say, hono no so turn it. Enti, my penny admitted we are in crisis and we are in it together.
Sure.
Enti, we are entity advantage. Say, this is the situation, and this is. But now so can be here. Say, obey me, yeah. I say, sir, multinational companies or what? Say omo di omo sika efa Ghana banks
amone fa dey
Ghana banks omo sika na ya na da bi America say omo epekwan bi ekwa yehu no
send the money laundering and
yes say be first na bi na regime na na wo ho no say Ghana bibia me obi enya me obi nya ni argument or see in Rwanda it is illegal to hold or to have in your possession dollar notes. Minim say no krana say no.
Okay.
But be ho emra no say de tie no. Ba ye ha untimi fa sa ma because your statute books no enim no bi so.
And money laundering
money laundering criminal. But say ukuta dollar ubi ntimi nka say illegal ha. So if you have dollar note ubi ntimi nka say illegal.
Okay.
Because yemra na chese. But be a man for so there. It is
betimi aye say be stabilize one on sika eh wo dollar no kwa kwata de woni man so kra wonye wankwa nkosesa wonye
in this together I'm for so man penny kasa or man penny abe kasa. Even Ubi Krasi said no man penny kasa as a leader or a campaign. He was not sounding like a president. He was not sounding like a president. If Oman Penny had come in a boisterous manner, he was arrogant. You see, that is
I'm not going to tell you.
My last one to the cow dear. In the reaction, who's also I am buying appointees near the Roma Catch salaries by 20%. Hassan Ayaragans will say, yes, I best say breeding corruption. Did we go or did we come? That is it.
Forest Bureau for no. Ono so say egu akwa mu say de be ya we ya obekwati no. Na papa wonu me wo black market no. Na waka so mu so be ye do metimi dey control black market be dem o control.
Your guess is good as mine.
Asam na dey black market what there. Enti papa ye mura no na firi ahase no. Emu agua be pimo na ye dey dey atwe sia na say
dey na otu kwan. Na wo ko be bia enipa ni ho. Who say will be you are inclined to go to Forex Bureau and our bank and sign when your exchange.
Ninja one Forex Bureau, Miss Sister Baku, Eco UK, and Chaye. Okita dollars or Coco Sana on your pounds no Timiedi. Almost in the dean sister Mukra. Yes, say your bank goes, say it is properly regulated.
I see.
Almost in the D crater. This is
start town in this is the time.
In fact, I buy a day.
Problem in different things. All right,
we kind of pay time 11 to the top of the hour 6. How was your weekend?
Nyankopon adom maja say pa wo pe ya ti
me ene wo be mami percentage of whatever you earned because as I say me no dey adwuma o tu kwai wan
me ba morning show me no dey aye
me
morning show me no dey aye
Saturday you were supposed to be on the bill you were not here
Saturday no
yes you were not here baby akwa e bia so whether be show din it's in baby din na me chairman coffee support force for chairman ordin abusia omo say omo do bi ase baku ordin mo bre musika mo pipe mo de tan e abra ne maame jumo maame sapon efri mo na mo ba be support no
Kenya da so ko si ya
mentimi anko because na me susu me other my chairman tiase who the chairman my brother from Nkolabremu what am a big brother yes
I feel no we many
the chairman tiase say mama the chairman so do obi ase na still no odaso we yim enti wa wutini wechi aro no ekwan eda ho ebo se beko peace 104.3
Nima Store Complex
the quality roofing sheet type of na open long span strip roofing IBR roofing IBR tile roofing standard aluminum and a galvanized packet roofing sheet plain and a carry roofing sheet accessories na wooden roofing sheets ebo danso afibo emunu one more to buy front so ebe installation perfect for people who dance no man front na enka say then you free. As a roller and a shutter gate system, manual and automatic for garages, warehouses, and stores. And we fear you know a demufua. Not Donima tropical nails in Sue, and none your friend the carpenter's choice. And one and Nadua Samson Pontum from 1 to 6 inches. Donima high tensile iron rods. And you're solid, papa. Kumasi Ahenia Asafu, YF Junction, Tamalanso, Canville, and Accra, Cantamantu, Fred 0540 101 555 and a 0244 461 539. Donima Store Complex.
Okay, one listener too has shot me. Or say, interestingly, none of the critics has preferred any solution at all. Empty criticism born out of hatred and envy. But we are practicing democracy. You know, so.
I be so.
All right.
I do be happy. Go. I am wasted.
I was saying, I cook myself a bonus, say, Baka fire Cassia Bono, Abaye Fasedama, Tonisac Electronics. na eno na ye ko hodo makwakoto eniema ye wo fridge anapono mienu ye wo chest freezer e wo hodo mo na eno eniema bebre ka ho na sa fridge ye wo to aya tete bo no so ni as oto so asanche wade customer promotion no a eno achi de wo pe air condition de wo pe microwave oven de wo pe blender de wo pe iron kettle ene ehon krone ba biara ye de ni echi mo kumase adum azikaram dynamo de wo pe bi oto nyina damumra 02042292424.
After Dr. Lawson, the Virgin Doctor is in town. In room and saw dear by no chemist, the Lehman Caps now for Lawson. Heba Miss Champacho. See a Jill Lawson, law chemist and beer. A woman gonorrhea babas for free amaye, Ugun Sunimo Jam, or Babis in that them said Bebu Dianoa. After delay, man capsule so or Bema Kusin Manu delay Jumani. Low sperm cannot problem solve process problems, a bijani and far rubber beer and to bemem. And I feel lost nearby Miss Chanum, and a bomb malaria, TDA, Bono, and new rheumatism, a bro pass who could be jay, and I feel fibrodina. Oko calling actum see between your biato, and yet to do beer, the Virgin Doctor is in town, a 0242-133-577.
Excellence Publication and Stationery Limited and so adding woman be a back or down so what creature one Nesri walk cage now your word numeracy or honomo your literacy your coloring your scribbing your pre-writing activities your phonics and so honomo so and Akodano could do primary school so primary 1 to 6 now your excellence English history mathematics computing religious and moral education excellence handwriting readiness and Nguma for Rupia Aka Erika home Akodana could do basic 7 junior high school now your English language your social studies, your mathematics, career technology, and Ngoma P. Ekahobe, in any chem or Asia CCC, your Royal Farm Company Limited, no Echi, Alfie Mantama Hodonakano, you won't crabata or Quabin Muni be out of Akinkani. I have frame was 024-986-0770.
Afe big Judo Ventures. Rapeni oho na mpachupi yekan wisisi kama mayen since we won see ma policy seat covers 5 sekan nkunya huni munya fe munyi wiam so na afi front and back guys na de boni mu next na de bia ka bia pam da de o kan ho den da na afi ye be ma ti papa bo kama kan mo ye de muso di kru kem papa kama olan cruises ni private ni v8 so mpachupi yes pekenom upgrade ya bad wo metu di actually be bonsem Lexus na afi Highlanders ni ra Fordum and Hilux wow ya upgrade ni na mpachupi no anso be ba ya see you swami run about where ye Ghana Water Company Limited on first gate no do pa abostani si wonum tinti so na kwa na ja ho no asirbo si atra bo big Judo Ventures and no amompuni mpumstro hwe no bi abu why o number is 0244-6522-30.
Amefima Rubber Limited and so any year cover more na ye ntuma kobo won mu de no wokoho na do ntuma kobo won mu de no e wo de friend Ameb auto loan ho e bebo ma wo ankasa wonya wo kai ye wo Ameb me ba dachi wo no mo de to so ma ba ye wo Ameb high interest savings account so e wo no mo ensi ho anamfa so bebre e ba ho brother osika koto ye fix deposit ho fa so ye mpemanim ye wo Ameb gold account e de ma odachi and so de hu no bi and ye wo Ameb so savings so ho no mo oti so de bia se dudum pa emfa so pi ne beba so ma wo current account ene Ameb yen traders helpline nyina wo ho edema wo yen krabata ne ato apete Santase Apre Junction ye wo Abreport Junction so ame anoma nyine me ahodo bi friend 020-203-0060
afi Dr. Bote Clinic so doc wa town me pa chow wono na ebo modna so me sese ye asa no eye nsendua yi ne nanso no a wenye du diwe ko sa diwe ko ha no dabi bo modna stroke ihu dokwa obemodna problem best of hypertension so be say ebijai na fe diabetes no so zikiri ade ha pa obemodna so wonya bia okodokwa ha no no ne chese wo se dua yi eno nanso no waye ko dwuma fine na fe wakoma twhwhwhwhwhwm ko sabo mo problem eno brabo mu nyina problem Dr. Behwa amaye wachiti be mu tetutum pacho wo into transekura wo bre wo so dia na akoya semfoforo yenko Santase Franchise bra hospital na otra yakọ nkakra bia onisambo no wo yi bo modna ni monkomo 0247904473.
Charad Enterprises so na yeko na yakwakoto Binaton eniema de wope Binaton air condition Binaton gas cooker fridge deep freezer display fridges Binaton gas oven and ceiling and standard fan no yemfa yenichemo e wo Charad Enterprise ya omudie Binaton ho niema nko ana de Binaton aye eno nko ana wonom etone enenti ye kasa santimatamo nyina wonno ene kwante kora woto Binaton ho niema enti wo wope Binaton niema to no fo ni chemo e wo Prempeh the 2nd Street traffic light na say de ne access bank hwe ni mo akeka ede akọ Malcolm foforo no call no so wa charodon so enie free 0322025027
afi Dr. Boache natural health center Doctor Enimwa problem be afa wani hu mpacho pi fa ho so hu wonna mana pempem dan na pempem nipa and refractive error doctor e wo problem ho and afi so nipa kro twam no kra wo twam yo say enti wan hu me wo say o me hu ka fro wani atia fa baby wo hu glaucoma wo betumi tua se blurred vision and afi dark vision afi so wani su taso support water eye ni nyina da any diabetes eye wo yet wo dwuma baba problem be afa ni hu ne de e yo no yenko nyenko bonko kuma se wonne wo so am preserve wa no manye kwanta wodu anu anu ni pesi akai be bo so am bo mo dra ne frɛ no 0245 339 960
Ghana Lotto Operators Association so se men kan show say bomode na ono man semo wo de to dwation so efa ma wo mo titiri mu amutwa lotto no mo titi kiosk mu ni ade na mutwa lotto no de wo kan say empanimfo National Lottery Authorities and na afei executives ni nyina o magia to mu Ghana Lotto Operators say association no and private o idea hi o agia to say mu amutwa lotto no mu commission 20% ono ma hyase de ye dwuma kora fro October bosome de toso edunso no mo aninti we ene de mpanimfo wono magia tumu ede wono mu signature ahyase se wo ya lotto agent ni bibia no wutwa wo commission 20% wo ya wan fa nya dwuma no mpanimfo se na kire se adwede wo pese yemfa enso fra mu gya mu ma wono beji utumi krata license a wo de twa lotto no wono beji de firi wonsam aninti hyane nso na fa ya dwuma se o commission 20%. We ora set asante amweni na nsa
secretary. Yo, ana fe na ko just company te ko ba supreme bema ba se and that when your man with the abasumi ayo ross ni estimate ni ana finchen and adwale na de kayaka high tense lion ross ye ekwanya kese ni bi sakese e bi ho plywood nso ho mesh susu ni nada e bi nyami dani ho Ashanti region magazine ni road drew as you kese bi twinya p Greater Accra region, Central region, Buranfu region afa Eastern region, Western region ka with the entire regions of Ghana na nakodu e wo mpacho wo dia no so be fere na basobon meto dia cheweche ho wo be bon wisem say wo number is 0244419393 Kroba simprimu no bema ba
we ni nyumakuya so yasam yakopies akofa ya
okay nyumaku no yada o masi but Robin so frame ya o say atobi wo cancer akwatia like to 62 cities into to munyambi
also no munyambi ada o de 3
so bi anya petrol to sifi
what the petrol na me de aduane na emo no Ghana rice no you
yeah
so packaging the way
how do you say local things no yeah na the boss so I see it but za munsu abode ne man can you say you go right
Abo Nsia. Ahaya Peace 104.3 FM. Okay, 101.7 Neat 100.9. Ya worship house Wabeka Junction Accra. Hello 101.5 Wedu Kumasi. Oh my ma. Ya mamu nyina chi. Ebredu say sama ya bono Ghana hase ni performance so ye de bremu. Na enempo kase bono de ni nyina eye fellow Ghanaians. And someone ye denam ene anope no. Anson ye de ebetu eja ye de bambo emu efutusem ene hyase. Onipa ye nipa bonfo nipa ye krebrifo nipa wonya wa obedu bone no. Eya no odi ontente. Enti ohwe de wo ye. Na wo hu se we se opo adwuma ha no ofo wo gina ha ba we na okokotena. Ne kwan ye anytime se no obedu fie enti odi ontente sa no a. Na wotimi ade ayu. Ne senti etufo se enyi kwankro ada bia wo de ahaya na ebehu e wo mu asesa onsa no e basa edin e manipa bonfo se obehu wo ntwom e no de aba bedi ubonem se de wo password e wo ATM mu yetufo se e wo mu a na wasesa no Debia na jo, o de Friday night bia wokọ. O ma anu atum kakra no. Ye ne sa ebeboa ama obombo etimi agina yi. Afei yɛhwɛ nsɛm a yɛde ɛbɔ mampani na na dodan Kokrokoo ado ɛne ɔmayi kasa ɛno fellow Ghanaians no yɛde mu nsɛm bɛba nansa na no edwuma ɛbɔ yɛkyi dɔm.
Susie Herbal Center, womo ena ede CB men capsules ena CB women capsules aba edwa so. Se mema di agro ye se mema die na ye mo apiafo dia na eye CB men capsules enwa. Onim mini abema. Bema bibia ni about confidence kosoro sense wa wonim se wa bronzo edi. Ado otiase. Se bema wankasa wonim se wa bro no aka okakra. Eba sa no a o frɛ match kra na usuro isa se wonim se match a wo free obelusu na supplement capsules eba ye aka me masem e de amaye papa aso so obi a wo dwunsom hawo so a wugu nsu a na asem aba akire o se mema no mema ha nyina egina sa downtown contract to ano ho no a ehwa na dwunsom hawo no ehwa na prostate ho hawo no ewo ena hwa na hoɔden no so amema de adwuma no egina eti sɛ ase ho kakra bi no contract to ana emu ɛho to chima kakra bi ana kyese mema mo ho akyere mo a no eti ba cho minu abema ya wa wonim sɛ uhia lawyer o lawyer obefa no next on you sika ene Susie Herbal Center na dupa CB men capsules woman na di CB women capsules ebaye ya na mta aka kyerɛ wa afo sɛ minu aba sɛ wonim sɛ ukunu ana wonu ya obema na one ne ti hɔ no ne be man so ani a atase wankasa eko ba bia ye ton oko pharmacy ana herbal shop bia wo se wo to CB men capsules menu ya be man so a wonim se wo ba na woni ne ti ho no o yire ana oba na woni ne ti ho no sabio ahemfie hye da nye clean ma o se ne nka open no me pa chew wo so po anu afa pharmacy no ato CB women capsules wato CB women capsules na de ko na ya na ntire papa be shit na titi be shit de ho asem ka ya enti CB soap no a ye de abane no e de eye pedicure wo de horo na mfefa na ho a saa pa ye ni nyina e be firi ho e pe be sie so yonko na ho e fita na no nyina ho a pa chew aya fa CB soap no bi e fa na ho wo ya opea normal day no for na ho be 15 minutes ansa na wakwa akudware wo ye sa to anso na otumi eru miensa ne bia aye free oko heba na pharmacy ni chemical shops bia organa ase o sabeka CB soap CB men capsules and a CB women capsules and to phone 0247 111671 0247 111671 and a 0246 578750 0246 578750. Those way chocolate drink munim dada cocoa no e base ya na aseti isi asere cocoa no agu cocoa go hankasa kasa nti ya nom no rosa this way no emu ahoden ne twu e na ye de edi dwuma so onya bia na no so abusua obi a ho ato no those way chocolate drink and a Susie Herbal Center what the CB men capsules CB women capsules and a CB soap abedwa so na uruma fellow Ghanaians
akenkaifo a yedi enchimu ebeba eyemne nana ya konedu ena
nana ya okese
afi yenti o mampani nana do.
Fellow Ghanaians, good evening. Back in 2020, at the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, I started a regular conversation with you that came to be popularly known as fellow Ghanaians. It was a time of great fear of the unknown, and the entire world felt at risk. I came into your homes regularly to tell you what the experts were discovering about the virus and what we should do. Now that we have seen the worst of the COVID-19, I can tell you that there were moments during those times when I was distraught. There were moments when I was in despair about the apparent inadequacy of our health facilities. And there were moments when I wondered if the dire predictions made about dead bodies on the streets would truly happen. But I knew that I owed it to all of us, that as your president, I had to hold my nerve.
show leadership, and take us out of the crisis. With your help and support, and the great mercies of the Almighty, we can say that we emerged from the ravages of the pandemic with one of the lowest mortality rates globally. In fact, Ghana's handling of the pandemic won universal acclaim. We could all see in real time the devastation that was being wreaked on economies during the pandemic. But I doubt that anyone imagined the extent of the damage. Our economy here in Ghana, like many, many others around the globe, was thrown into turmoil. When I said, at the height of the COVID pandemic, that we knew what to do to bring the economy back to life, but not how to bring people back to life, it was not said in jest. We had done it before, and we were on course to doing it again. Ghana's economy grew by a remarkable 5.4% in 2021, signifying a strong recovery from the 0.5% growth recorded the previous year in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In fact, in the last quarter of 2021, our economy grew at 7%, only for the Russian invasion of Ukraine in the first quarter of this year to aggravate the effects of COVID-19 and plunge the global economy to even greater turmoil from which it has not yet recovered. The whole world has been taken aback by the speed with which inflation has eaten away people's incomes. Economies, big and small, have experienced over this year alone the highest rise in cost of living over a generation, the highest rise in government borrowing in over 50 years, the highest rise in inflation for 40 years, the steepest depreciation in their currencies to the US dollar over the last 30 years, the fastest peak in interest rates for over 20 years, and the greatest threat of unemployment in peacetime, with over 100 million people being pushed into extreme poverty. Between the end of 2019 and now, inflation in Ghana has increased by 5-fold, in Togo by 16-fold, by 11-fold in Senegal, and by 7-fold in Côte d'Ivoire. In truth, however, the fact that there are petrol queues in France does not make it more tolerable that the trotro price from Kassoa to Circle has doubled in the past 1 year. Nor does it make it any more tolerable that the price of cooking oil goes up every other week. It is important to state mentioning the increases in prices worldwide is not meant to belittle the scope of suffering here, but simply to help us put things into some perspective and hopefully learn some useful lessons about how other people are coping. Fellow Ghanaians, this is why I'm back in your homes this evening, to ask for your support as we work together to get our economy back into good shape. In April, after the cabinet retreat of the first quarter, and recognizing the deteriorating macroeconomy, my government announced a 30% cut in budgeted discretionary expenditures and a 30% cut in salaries of the president, vice president, ministers, deputy ministers, MMDCs, and political office holders, amongst other measures. And since July, when the government took the difficult decision to go to the IMF to seek support, I'll be speaking publicly at different fora on the subject of the economic difficulties we face, especially during my recent tours so far of 9 regions and interacting directly with you, the Ghanaian people. It is also true that many of you have felt the need for me to come back to the fellow Ghanaians format that brings us all together. For us in Ghana, our reality is that our economy is in great difficulty. The budget drawn for the 2022 fiscal year, that is this year, has been thrown out of gear, disrupting our balance of payments and debt sustainability, and further exposing the structural weaknesses of our economy. We are in a crisis. I do not exaggerate when I say so. I cannot find an example in history when so many malevolent forces have come together at the same time. But, as we have shown in other circumstances, we should turn this crisis into an opportunity to resolve not just the short-term urgent problems, but the long-term structural problems that continue to bedevil our economy. I urge us all to see the decision to go to the International Monetary Fund in this light. We have gone to the fund to repair in the short term our public finances and restore our balance of payments, whilst we continue to work on the medium to long-term structural changes that are at the heart of our goal of constructing a resilient, robust Ghanaian economy and building a Ghana beyond aid. I'm able to report to you, my fellow Ghanaians, that the negotiations to secure a strong IMF program, which will support the implementation of our post-COVID-19 program for economic growth, and additional funding to support the 2023 budget and development program, are at advanced stages and are going well. We're determined to secure these arrangements quickly to bring back confidence and relief to Ghanaians. We're working towards reaching a deal with the IMF by the end of the year. This will give further credence to the measures government is taking to stabilize and grow the economy, as well as shore up our currency. I know that the increasing cost of living is the number one concern for all of us. It is driven by fast escalating fuel prices at the pumps, which is caused by high crude oil prices on the world market and our depreciated currency. I know that this is putting intolerable pressure on families and businesses. I know that people are being driven to make choices they should not have to make. And I know that it has led to the devaluation of capital of traders and painfully accumulated savings. Furthermore, government is working to secure reliable and regular sources of affordable petroleum products for the Ghanaian market. It is expected that this arrangement, when successful, coupled with a stable currency, will halt the escalation of fuel prices and bring relief to us all. I hear from the market queens also that another factor fueling the high prices is the high margins that some traders are slapping on goods for fear of future higher costs. I say to our traders, we are all in this together. Please, let us be measured in the margins we seek. I have great respect and admiration for the ingenuity and hard work of our traders, especially those that take on the distribution of foodstuffs around the country. And I would hesitate to join in calling them names. I do make a heartfelt appeal that we all keep an eye out for the greater good and not try to make the utmost profits out of the current difficulties. A language that every market woman and indeed every trader in our country understands. Let me say that the basic problem we face is that we're not making as much money as we need to spend. And what little money we do make is going to pay for the debts we have contracted to fund the development projects we must have. Not enough of us are paying our taxes. Not enough of us are producing to generate the revenues that we need. Nevertheless, my ambitions for Ghana remain high. All our children should be educated and trained with skills that will enable us to be competitive in the world. We need to close rapidly the infrastructure gap. We need to build a world-class healthcare system. And we need to build confidence in ourselves to make ours the happy and prosperous place it deserves to be. I believe we can and we will find the means to achieve these goals, even if the immediate measures we have to take are painful. At the just ended cabinet retreat at Peduasi Lodge, my government agreed on the framework for the post-COVID-19 program for economic growth and the IMF support for its implementation, as well as the work being done by the Ministry of Finance in preparation for the 2023 budget. At the retreat, we took some firm decisions that should put us on the path that will take our nation out of the current economic difficulties. Let me try and give you an outline of the main decisions without getting into the technical language that baffles many of us. To restore and sustain debt sustainability, we plan to reduce our total public debt to GDP ratio to some 55% in present value terms by 2028, with the servicing of our external debt pegged at not more than 18% of our annual revenue also by 2028. We're committed to improving the revenue collection effort from the current tax revenue to GDP ratio of 13% to between 18 and 20% to be competitive with our peers in the West African region. The Ghana Revenue Authority is rolling out an extensive set of measures to support the enhanced revenue mobilization. All of us will do our patriotic duty and support the GRA in this exercise. We're aiming to restore and sustain macroeconomic stability within the next 3 to 6 years, with a focus on ensuring debt sustainability to promote durable and inclusive growth while protecting the poor. We've decided to review the reforms in the energy sector, the capping of statutory funds, implementation of the Exemptions Act, and a new property rate regime. We've also decided to continue with the policy of 30% cut in the salaries of political office holders, including the president, the vice president, ministers, deputy ministers, MMDCs, and SOE appointees in 2023, just as we will continue with a 30% cut in discretionary expenditures of ministries, departments, and agencies. My fellow Ghanaians, the success of our efforts at diversifying the structure of the Ghanaian economy from an import-based one to a value-added exporting one is what will, in the long term, help strengthen our economy. We're making some progress with the 1D1F. But our current situation requires that we take some more stringent measures to discourage the importation of goods that we can and do produce here. To this end, we will review the standards required for imports into the country. We will prioritize the imports, as well as review the management of our foreign exchange reserves in relation to imports of products such as rice, poultry, vegetable oil, toothpicks, pasta, fruit juice, bottled water, and ceramic tiles, and others, which with intensified government support and that of the banking sector, can be manufactured and produced in sufficient quantities in Ghana. The government will in May 2023, that is 6 months from now, review the situation. We must, as a matter of urgent national security, reduce our dependence on imported goods and enhance our self-reliance, as demanded by our overarching goal of creating a Ghana beyond aid. Much as we believe in free trade, we must work to ensure that the majority of goods in our shops and marketplaces are those we produce and grow here in Ghana. That is why we have to support our farmers and domestic industries, including those created under the 1D1F initiative, to help reduce our dependence on imports and allow us the opportunity to export more and more of our products and guarantee a stable currency that will present a high level of predictability for citizens and the business community. Exports, not imports, must be our mantra. Accra, after all, hosts the headquarters of the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area. Fellow Ghanaians, as the French would say, l'argent n'aime pas le bruit. To wit, money does not like noise. Sika mpe didi. Where there's chaos, where there's noise, where there's unrest, you will not find money. If you talk down your money, it will go down. If you allow an unidentifiable person to talk down your money, it will go down. The recent turbulence on the financial markets was caused by low inflows of foreign exchange and was made worse in the last 2 to 3 weeks, in particular, by the activities of speculators and the black market. An anonymous 2-minute audio message on a WhatsApp platform predicting a so-called haircut of government bonds sent all of us into banks and forex bureaus to dump our CDs, and before we knew it, the CD had depreciated even further. All of us can play a part in helping to strengthen the CD by having confidence in the currency and avoiding speculation. Let us keep our CD as the good store of value it is. To those who make it a habit of publishing falsehoods, which result in panic in the system, I say to them that the relevant state agencies will act against such persons. Indeed, some steps have been taken to restore order in the foreign exchange markets, and we're already beginning to see some calm returning. We will not relent until order is completely restored. The following actions have been taken thus far. 1. Enhanced supervisory action by the Bank of Ghana in the Forex Bureau markets and the black market to flush out illegal operators, as well as ensuring that those permitted to operate legally abide by the market rules. Already, some forest bureaus have had their licenses revoked, and this exercise will continue until complete order is restored in the sector. 2. Fresh inflows of dollars are providing liquidity to the foreign exchange market and addressing the pipeline demand. 3. The Bank of Ghana has given its full commitment to the commercial banks to provide liquidity to ensure the wheels of the economy continue to run in a stabilized manner till the IMF program kicks in and the financing assurances expected from other partners also come in. 4. The government is working with the Bank of Ghana and the oil producing and mining companies to introduce a new legal and regulatory framework to ensure that all foreign exchange and from operations in Ghana are initially paid to banks domiciled in Ghana to help boost the domestic foreign exchange market. And 5, the Bank of Ghana will continue and enhance its gold purchase program. I'm confident that these immediate measures, designed to change the structure of our balance of payment flows, sanitize the foreign exchange market to ensure that the banks and Forex Bureau operate along international best practices, together with strengthened supervision, will go a long way to sanitize our foreign exchange market and make it more resilient against external vulnerabilities going forward. Over the course of this week, I've had several fruitful engagements with the Trades Union Congress and Organized Labor, the Ghana Employers Association, the Association of Ghana Industries, the Ghana Association of Banks, the Private Enterprise Federation, the Association of Forex Bureau Operators, the Association of Market Queens and Women, all of whom represent important stakeholders of the Ghanaian economy. They expressed their concerns and proposed solutions on how best to solve our problems. I've been encouraged by the enthusiasm of these interest groups to help government to address these challenges, and I intend to continue these engagements with other groups. I also want to assure all Ghanaians that no individual or institutional investor, including pension funds, in government treasury bills or instruments, will lose their money as a result of our ongoing IMF negotiations. There will be no haircuts. So I urge all of you to ignore the false rumors. Just as in the banking sector cleanup, the government ensured that the 4.6 million depositors affected by the exercise did not lose their deposits. And when you say, as not as it IAD, Nelson Obian Paba, who Cosenye Gidi Wabanu, is here, it means free SHS, any one district, one factory, Ebamuno. It's here, a boama, it means Pam Corona, Yarian free or money. Sanson a mabai, Etutu near my ye, Samre, Emma Hoto, Abba Oman. Na meaning say, Tidiano, a woman, etc., a cono, a unyacopo, leco. I am a Lake Libya, Nyakashi Bay, Yano, ni Yena Himo, Kenyeliake, Bodiano too. Ni honey free SHS Bamiye. Bodiano to ni honey this one district one factory Bamiye. Bodiano to ni honey when you was shui Corona hila kesi wa mane niye. La kano ni nyamalo batu bodiano to koni hijole abami. Ejake niye hemo ke yeli ake ta yumotani. My government has always been cognizant of the importance of implementing policies and social interventions to relieve Ghanaians of hardships. It is for this reason that over the first 5 years in office, the government reduced electricity tariffs cumulatively by 10.9%. We provided free water and electricity, as well as reduced tariffs for the entire population during the whole year of the COVID-19 pandemic. We increased the share of the District Assembly's Common Fund to persons with disabilities by 50%. We exempted Kayaye from market tolls. We expanded the LEAP by 150,000 beneficiaries. We expanded school feeding from 1.6 million children to 2.1 million children. We restored teacher and nursing training allowances. We absorbed the cost of BC and YC exam registrations for parents. No guarantor is now required to obtain student loans. The Ghana card is sufficient. And we have implemented free TVET, as well as free senior high school education. It is obvious, fellow Ghanaians, that you have a government that cares. We're determined to restore stability to the economy and provide relief. All of us are in this together and asking for your support to rescue Ghana from the throes of this economic crisis. I have total confidence on our ability to work our way out of our current difficulties. We're not afraid of hard work. We will triumph, as we have triumphed many times before. Let us unite and rally around our republic, its institutions and its democratic values, and insist that under God we will emerge victorious from our current difficulties. For this too shall pass, as the battle is the Lord's. I'll be coming regularly to keep you updated about the measures your government is making to move our country forward and tackle our economic challenges. God bless us all and our homeland Ghana, and make us great and strong. And thank you for your attention, and have a good evening.
I was after my much and when you listen, I'm penny at the Ghana Ekasa, I don't know, Shazini, Dinchas, and a debut, no, and Okaka, yes, I think Pinunia Bunubra, COVID, no, sorry, you know. Na ota eba efiefi mu no ne eba bekasa ema eba beji din adodo no akra efrem no fellow Ghanaians
na omampani kire mu no se de osi ede ekoye eni won si ebra COVID-19 ba ye yehunu ne nsunsanso waba be ye de obetimi no obeka kire se sa bra no a na ye wa ahoyire mu na ye nim ba bia ye fa na ye nim ba bia ye rembe kwa akɔwiewie yen Sabra no ane apomodin mu akade wo fam na adechie bia ye won twetwede ye to ye ni ne hwe nkrofo amanso nipa mugu monten na ye dwe ho se ye enti ebesi enso awrade hu ye mobo
na ni nyina mu no se aseda e wo ba bia na eyemu enamde emamu se mumampani na esese me kire akanie pa e wa ohiehi a ye komu no na monsusu mo tamachi no nyankopon hu mobro ene na do ye enti ebetimi aka se ye fisa hu ye hi akase yi mu a nipa enwu ti se de na nka manzan mu osusu se Ghana fo ebewu no yame yedi ni se na Ghana fo si toto covid no e ba wiase nyina abo yabaso
na ye hu ye ewo ni bremu ohawo a ede aba ewiase amamman enyina sikasem mu na menso menye ho achi efise sikasem haw no e ho bi yeni a ye wo man Ghana mu ha say to say dia man enka ye obi e won twetwede e wo sikasem no sara ene de so etie
na ebra covid no ejina mu na meka say se sikasem say ya ye nkwan ya befa so a ye bese amana gina biu na ebom nipa free mu a ye nim kwan a ye befa so amana sa ba nkwa mu biu mu no na nye bosremuka ya ebida na ba bi enam nso yenam kwantempon no so yebesa ye biu Ghana sikasem ebra covid no ye free mu afempinu aduonu ba ko enyini be wa ntemu enum ekiripo 95.4%. Ya na kire se ye free covid no mu no ye pagya kakra ensa na bosome miensa etwa to kora wa afempinu aduonu ba ko emu no Ghana sikasem no nyini be wa ntemu enson ya nto anka anso ehu ane se Russia fo so akwa to ahye Ukraine fo so ama afi bosome miensa edikan no covid echi ahochira na nke efiri mu nzi akwa de ayekese ama yakwa ohihia kese epa mu a ewiase nyina etumi mfiri mu
na ewiase nyina bonyenyen oyese de inflation ama nkrofo akatia ayefia bi wonsem woni a wo mu odu ene woni a esisa nyina aka won afin kwa asetremu aye din wo wiase babia ma yenye penso yenhuru bi sada ama aban bosia bo apagya bese ohanchemu apagya buru bese de esi enfie aduonum aba bese kroni inflation neso so de esi amma ne homene so no bese enfie aduana bese kroni yenhuru ne nsa so da yesika sidi no se da fam $1.9 twena bo so beye se enfie aduase ne yenhuru sa bi sa da entampa sika sidi ede na ede ehwe ase bese fi aduonu entamie said the omanfo e want to de wadwuma pe ho no ye hunu de ye hunu sese no ebisa da na we nyina ye ka bomu a enipa mpempem na esum wo mo ede wo makwakotu ohia prada ekum koto eto anua so
na efri afempino eni edu enkron ebesi sabre ayekase se ne mabo esi kosoro na ejira ewadwamu no Ghana de abohu emprenu okotogwa abohu emprensia Senegal empredu bako ena Cote d'Ivoire enso so emprenson no krenie na petro bo ya ayedene amasese se odu Francia gofo eto santen ansan yenye biato no edi ho adanse edi enti a kesika afie etwa mu na nke etua trotro sika etua free circle ede eko kaswa no aye empemani na eno enkyere se famwo bo ya akosoro enti anwa ya ede ye aduane a ne bo ekosoro na wotwebia no ade papa
na nyasa meka ni se kyere se esi owiase baabi enti enya hwe dabi enya sa na me pa kyere na me de ye fato me ehunu se baabi anye enuti ekwampa ben ye befa so a ye betoto ye die enidaso ben ye de beba ye die mu de he ne ye besua na ya de ye ne foforo a ebeyi ye afisa amansam hawo nyina emu
merianom Ghana fo wenti ena masan ba mofie mu ene anwumre ya me besere mo chitaye se mo me nyina ye nkambom na ye nya adwuma mbom na Ghana sikasem no ebesan fa ne ntuma pefra
Oforisi obusumi no mu wafi mu cabinet ko hia fa adwene afe ne fa ye di kan ye hu se oman ni sikasem no ekofam eto api enu nti aban gina no so to anamon bi ene se sika aban adibu bra de ye betimi asi hu gina ne bi no ye te so hanchemu aduasa ana eno te kokoda omanpeni na be de akire aswafo be de akire metropolitan municipal chief executive afei womo mo wo nyuma hodo mu a aban ne de womo ekoye no womo so akatua ye hwaso wo hanche mu aduasa
na efri kitawonsa ana July bosumi emu a aban enum adunyon no se yebekọ IMF no kwanya bia ebeba mafemu no menemo ekasa efa ahokyira sesei aba beya yenso ena afei ne ayeye se beya yebetumi afri mu na apura mabodo na enum hayi ewo mantam enkuru mu no menemo akasa akire mu niema ekosoro esanso eye no krese mudodo no atonsa aframe bi kwasu akase mampani ba bia duro ne die esese osan be fellow Ghanaians ni bi na oka Ghana nyina ebom
yenya ewo Ghana ha se no me ka ni pense yesika sam no enyina yie ya wa ho yiramu oman ni sika sam kontabuo a yeye ene hwehwe ye se edi bebu oman no ho bresika sam afi 2022 no sese akodichi ama ye sika e wo fotuom edafam eto ene eka ye die etia ni nyina ababa ye haw wesenti ehia se ye sa hwe na ye hwehwe niema ne foforo oman ni sikasem enti
yawo ahuyehia kasiem me kan sa no a na nyese me ha mani yawo ahokyere mu ankasa na me kerikeri mani a men kan hweso a metimi dia mase ebire bia ba ewo yabakosemu a enema akabom amia yen ama ye ho hiahia yen se de ye tiesisi ye nanso ahokyere ahodo aba ye nsu nyina no ya kyere se yetimi edisu enkunim enti sa ahokyere nso ye bedane ama aba ba ya kwanya e de ama ye wanimanimu ya se be ya yen hawo a ye bo no fe animanimu ya eko animanimu ho no ene mere santimu no ye be yen hyehye a ebeboa ama ye sikasem atumi agina
enti me samose mu hu se IMF nkoye no we ka ho ye ko na ye sikasem no yakwa akosiesi animanimu ye yi aboa ama sika ye de bebo oman ho bra bi esaka na fotuo mu atimi apikakra ebra ye we no so ne ye hwe adantamu bremu no ekokosi bretente ana bre santimu de ye betimi aye ede aboa ama isikasem agina yie na ye bota ye sem Ghana ye fiansa nto ye sey mu nsre ene ade ye de aye ye man ne yie no yetimi adru ho
na metimi aka kire mu menuanom Ghana fo se nkita ho aye ne IMF fo edi se be ya ibenya emwa ede afiri won ho na ahokyira aba be ya yen so covid yi akiri be firi mu no hye no aduranim ya ebenya skane bi nso so kra na afi afempinu ne aduno miensa kwa masika ene abampuntuo ho hye a oye no enya bi edi ahyem enkita modie na kwa ani bupa na mjimidi yesa bibia nso so ekuyi
ye tutu na mo ne ntentemu asebe ye gidie ne areshimu beba na omanfo ho han won enunti ye ne IMF nkita modie ye hwesa afi be kwa wiye na enidaso ewo mu no etimi aba we se beboa amaban asanso masikasem agina yie na afei ye sika no nso so etimi agina na akoba se edafomti
menim ye pa se ahokyere asese abai ubi se obia de obeka na kane ene dada asetenemu ne dada ahokyere ya aba yenso na ni nyina mususu no ubeti no na ekoko wie fam wo boy ya akosoro ya ni nyina mu amansamu fam wo no sene ane bo no asi aye ene ye sika no a ahodwo no eka ho bi ena ma fam wo bo akosoro se ye de ahokyere kasese aba na sa ahokyere mu busuakuo ankra ekuhuduo enyuma ene ade asi gina bi a enkenya ahokyere ena aba yenso a enkenya ade a obesi sa gina no da na minimiye pa se adwadifo bebre wonum dwetire ahye na dwetire a ahye no kranka ntumu no ebinum kra sika kakra wonum asie ede ato ho no eno no masan akwafa ede abehye wondwetire mu a wode eye adwuma na aban eye nhyehyere se be ya yebenya famwo afiri baabi a no nebo no ewo soro na ebeba daa eto entwa ede abaga na adwa so se be ya ebema ye ho aheha ye na sankita hodie no so se bibia eko na wiye na yetimi eboa so ema yesika no egina ye famwo bo ebeba fom ama obi a ho aheha no kakra
mate afi edwam mahema ne ho nso bion se de ama niema ne bo ne bi asa akosoro eye mfaso bum ye adwadifo ne bi ede tototo wo niema so de mekan adwadifo no ankasa nso bo anim na de mesro mo ne se ye nyina ne ye wosa ahoyira yimu besramo mama yenya ahwe yie ne susu empeyen ye ho besramo ani die mu modwuma mo ye no esombo modi adwumaden na eboa omayi se nuane befro omayi ntia so ne ntoro mu aba ama omanfo anya biadie nanso mo ne die mu abodina kekanye entimu maye mbobo mudi mo fa akoma pa ane abadaye anya adwuma ntowade sabeya anya semfaso bum ana monam tebia yi so epe ama omanfo ho akire won
Na Sameka no Kasa, a bedifo, Bia wa number so etse asia. Ebetimi aka say, enye ye bere so aba, ene ye twa no. Adwuma ayeye no. Enye hu sika ene ye nya. Ena afei yebetimi so aka say, sika ye die no, edo so chen ne ye nya. Ena kakra no ye nya no so aye die no so a, ye sign de kokutuaka. Eka ne ye den ne ba ye a, eye abosi a ye kokobọ ye. Ne ada emputu nyuma hodo a eno ho ka. Ene ye die sika ye nya nyina ekokutua. Na eno da nchen a ye mududu no anso ntuato. Ene ye mududu anso nye niema wo hase ye betumi aboa ama ye nya sika ye hia e de ahye ye sika mu ahye no kugu amana gina no.
We nyina chi mebota ye no bedaso ginam. Medaso wotema emo man Ghana titu ene emu emofra. Sai wo benya nimdie ene akade ebema amansan mu. Watimi esi akan wadwuma yemu. We say enti akade ebeboa ma adesua ene ho ntoto epa akoso no. E wose etokoso ye ho adwuma sebe ya. Bonhwa kese ya edemu no ye beka asi. Na yesa so boa ma yapomuden e ho ntoto ye etimi agina yie. Na aboa ama ye gidie ene ahotoso se ye dachi ebe ya promprom sede ye fatase ye dachi eyem.
Minim say yebetimi na yeden so a yebetumi yebeye nsoso na saa ohawe yapani de duagubre se ekoba se animanimu ya eye dunwonwono kuni ena sese ye nom na yetumi afiri mu a yebeye nsa
na nsanye hyemu ekokoyeye ewopeduase no mene maban mu apamfo yehwe COVID-19 since asobone no a ede ebre yesikasam ene yenkankro ene IMF de so a ebeba abetuatua ntokori bia mayen yahwe kwan se sikasam aseye no ebetoto niema fofo na 2023 afeda budget no yebehwe sa na emen cabinet retreat no yesi gina ya emu odin se yebeyire yen ho na ye yome ye fa ho yira kase no a yenam musika semu we say enti enema yesi so gina ye no ye bubu no kakra na yetumi akyekye mu memfa eho ensam ne kase de yesi twa ne brofo kase no emfa ntete mu nanso enema ye beye no ye bone boa ebini
na senia ebeye na nyame ebeye yadum na yesikasem ebetumi agina no ehihye ne se ye hwesa ebosia ya yabo ama ekaba beda yeso sika yenya wo mamu nyina se ye de toto yebosia no ho a achekura no gafe binu ne aduonu nwotwe no na esu ahwan e de ababa bedu anchemo aduonum enum 55%. Na eno eda nchen so a bosia ya yabo ewa amanone eka ye de ewa amanone no eno so enka endu sabre no na eswate ababa beduru enema enya ho mfaso mamu nyina mu ohanche mu edu enwotwe eko na bionu eso na eba no sa no eba me yetimi agina brane ewo yafuo mu ewo bibrem ato ha sei na Ghana Revenue Authority yeku batan a omo na tujeje ehye omo ensa no omo so eba beti da obonum na omo ayire omo adwumanum sebe ya obetumi agege eto a esefata Ghana ne de abo ye ho ebra esie nyina oman yosunsum ene oman papa sunsum no yesom na yeboa Ghana Revenue Authority e was anhye mu sebe ya yebetumi ageto e de abo me ho ebra
na de ya bi ene se etogege no yebetrim baby agina sese to no agege no ye de to oman no sikasam enhyehyɛ pro ene ne mpuntuo de obroni friend GDP no so a eyo hanche mudu miensa yebese ko hanche mudu nwotwe ekokosi na duonu na amayene enfafo ye wa bibimemu atimi agina pe ewo entutua ne etoje ene de de eyemu we senti Ghana Revenue Authority yire won taduamu pa na wagegem eto no anu nti obi anya omamba pa na wɔn Ghana Revenue Authority was sɛ adwuma yi ɛyɛ ho.
Efirifie miɛnsa ɛkɔ nsia ya edi yɛnimu yi yɛbɔ yɛ ho mɔden sɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛtumi aboa ama sika no agyina na nneɛma yɛde yɛn ani hwɛ so paa ne sɛ yɛbɛtumi atoto sikasɛm no duru baabi a yɛka yɛdeɛ no yɛbɛtumi atua na afei yɛaboa nso so ɛde abɔ ɛmɔborɔwa ɛne wɔn a ɛni bie ho ban ɛwɔ bɛn mu.
Yɛayɛ sɛ yɛbɛbɔ nhyehyɛ ahodoɔ no a yɛyɛ wɔ atenaeɛ ahodoɔ no bi akyi. Ebi te sɛ yɛn energy sector. Afei sika ɛwɔ sɛ ɔman no tuatua ne bi. Ɛne exemption nkurɔfoɔ a yɛmo ɔmofo ɔmo ho die ɛwɔ ɛtoɔ ho mmara. Ɔmanfoɔ ntokratoɔ nso so ho nhyehyɛeɛ. Ne nyinaa yɛhwɛ na yɛabɔ akyerɛ bio. Yɛasan si gyinaeɛ sɛ nhyehyɛe no aban ayɛ ama aban mu asoafoɔ ɔmampanin na bɛdi akyire no wɔne ekuta amanyɔsɛm tumi ɛwɔ nnwuma ahodoɔ so sika a yɛde mu ɔmo sa akatua yɛhwɛ so ɔhankyɛ mu aduasa no ɛbɛkɔ so a agyina hɔ na ɛno ɛte kɔkɔda a sika a yɛde bɔ ɔman no ho branka yɛn so a yɛgye mu a ɛbɛyie ananso yɛanyɛ na sɛ yɛkasa yɛnni wei yɛmfa wei mfa ha a ɛbɛyie no ɛno nso yɛahwɛ ate so saa ɔhankyɛ mu aduasa no.
Menuanom Ghanafoɔ nhyehyɛ a yɛyɛ sɛ bɛyɛ a yɛbɛtumi ama Ghana sikasɛm agyina na afiri baabi a biribiara yɛkraba akɔakɔduru baabi a yɛn nso yɛde nneɛma bɛkɔ adwama nso na yɛakɔakɔnya amnɔne sika ɛde aba no anammɔ no egu so yɛhwɛ ne mu sɛ ɛnkyɛ koraa nnwuma a yɛde agugu akwa mu bi te sɛ one district one factory ɛne adeɛ no ɛbɛtumi aboa yɛn ama nneɛma bebree a yɛkraba no yɛtwa so na afei yɛn so yɛtumi de bi akɔ adwama so ne ba saa no a yɛnya sika ɛde baba bɛgyina ebie akyi.
Nneɛma yɛkraba ne ho hyehyɛ ahodoɔ a yɛyɛ ne bi nie. Yɛbɛbɔ akyire ni ahwɛ sikasɛm sika yɛ efra mono ne ɛba no ɛne deɛ yɛde efra mono ne ba yɛkora no susudua yɛwɔ. Ɛno te kɔkɔda a nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ no yɛde ba ɔman Ghana mu yɛkraba a yɛbɛhwɛ ho asɛm aka biom. Tesa mo enam anwa toothpick tesa pasta anatalia fruit juice ensuo tiles nomni ade aniema asiese Ghana ha ya yebetimi aya yebɛyɛ ama yɛn sa so yɛn ho adware yebetimi anya ama na so yɛn no yebɛyɛ ho hyehyɛ sɛ kra yɛ kraba ɛbɛkɔ fam afei 2023 May no mu no na kyerɛ sɛ abosome nsia bi akyi yɛbɛhwɛ saa adeɛ yi a mekan na yɛsi ho gyina ɛwɔ sɛ nimanimu yɛyi yɛhwɛ sɛ ɔman no agyina yie na nneɛma yɛkraba a yɛde yɛn ho to soɔ pii no yɛtumi ate so koraa na mabotaeɛ sɛ Ghana beyond aid no yɛtumi aduru ho.
Ɛwɔ m sɛ yɛgye adwadie yɛn ho adwadie yɛgye atom na dia ejitum no so nkyerɛ sɛ yɛntena hɔ ɛma yisikasɛm ɛnsɛ a yɛdum anamɔ biara ɛsɛ deɛ ɛpɛ sɛ yɛyɛ ɛne sɛ ɛnneɛma ɛwɔ Ghana edwa so dodoɔ no a ɛnyɛ nneɛma a ɛfiri Ghana ase ya ɛno nti ɛna ɛsɛ sɛ aban ɛde akyi time apa ɛma akuafoɔ ɛne nnwuma a ɛwɔ ɔman mu ɛnkankan ne wɔn a ɛhyɛ one district one factory no ase sɛ bɛyɛ a wɔn bɛyɛ nneɛma a yɛhia wɔ Ghana ase no dodoɔ no a na ama saa nneɛma bi a nke betumi ayɛ wɔ ha yɛsan kɔkra ɛba no yɛgyae na sɛ yɛyɛ no saa no a ebetumi ama kwan so ama yɛde nneɛma bebree akɔ adwama so sɛ yɛde nneɛma akɔ adwama so deɛ ɛne ebenya produce sika no bebree ɛde ababa abɛhyɛ yɛde emu nneɛma a yɛde ɛkɔ adwama so ɛne deɛ yɛkra ba no ɛsɛ sɛ ɛda yano enti enkran ha yɛte sɛsie ɛno ɛne African Continental Free Trade Area atran kɛse a ebiman nyinaa yɛabɔ sɛ yɛmfa ni ɛho adwa no ɛyɛ atenae.
French kasa ne sing sika empedede ɛkyerɛ sɛ baabi aho yɛwɔ baabi adede ne choka wɔ wonhuru sika da ɛno nti yɛbɔ sika ne tiri so yɛyɛ ho dede ɛna ɛda fam o ɛbɛda fam yɛma nkurɔfoɔ kwan wɔn a yɛnhunu wɔn mo na wɔn ka ɛna sika no nyɛ sika no ɛnyɛ
na asoɔkye a abɔ na nsɛn ɛde afa Ghana sikasɛm mu Yani nyina be kwa wiase no amano ni sika eni ho ebi a wo ebi a wunya bi ene ade enti ama Ghana sika na ho de ba na aba fom no na otwe miensa ya atwam de ne asai kura asai kura ya tese wo ya wo hwe enye yi ni nyina so eye anko bi na mufuo wo hunu yaso ase yase dollar ni yatumo no bia etu ni dim na de beka ya kire kura ni WhatsApp audio bi a be simam yenu obi ya ode nam se aban aye hihye se ese obi a wabo aban bosia se bondo tibio be san hihye ni nyina bi wodu sika akwa to sika kura bia no aban se ne ho akire no elisaska no oba ba befa anaso wa amfa so a ebia se wo de na ode kokoto ho ne bra so se oje a aban be ka jo se wo tibia free so se wo yeska ne de agisa aban ti so anya sa de ne usika no ahe sa ne ma ne ka ho bi e ma se yesidi no opa no ba bia na ohu nasere mu sidi na hwe no fo mankasa ama ne ho akyere no ya kyere se wo ye ho hwe ya enye yi na so ye nyina ye bedi ho adanse se ye nyina ye kabom na ye jai anko bi na ehunu yi enkra ye tuma ne ye nim se enye no kore no a ebetimi aboa no ankasa kasa kora no ebema yesika no agina onim se ye jai se da bia ye beka asem a enye e de afa yesika no eho a eno kora no bema ndipa nya rohyimu e we yesika no ama sika no enya hodne kakra
no kore se ye ntinai ye tutu na mo se yesika no ne amono ne sika no begina yi na ye free won to ase no kwane se ne ma esesa be yie ejina yie ye ntenna ye bekoso ya kosi se enmonyam ebesa ba yesika no ne senti anamona ye tutu no ebi ene didi so yi
Bank of Ghana tanya wo mo ene di wani edi woni a edi sika hu dwa e wo Ghana ha sei no san baba beti ondwuma no oba be Kenya wo hu ebiu akọ black market e na afi onu so forest bureau ahodo na akwa akọhwe se emre ya efa sika hu dwadie e wo Ghana ha sei no obia edi so pepepe se mo be kaya na enum ha sei forest bureau no bi e wo hwan hyehyɛ Bank of Ghana de baaye ya ojina so de ma wo mo license no say wo mo ani so ntino ya dwe wo license a ya tu mo asesei wo mo anya adwuma bio
ya de dollar ni bebre eba na ama omafo pebia eho ankwanko ye den eho hyehyɛ no so enam ne kwamu Bank of Ghana so ahye commercial banks ne bose omo beboa ma won saso sika so ene odi adada ni enkosi se IMF hyehyɛ no ebetimi adi mu no Bank of Ghana ebekurakura mu ana afa yaboafo nkaye ne so ye hwɛ won kwan se obeba mu
aban Bank of Ghana afa won mu a eye fam won hu adwuma oil industry no mu ena afa won so a eye amnamudwuma Ghana ase no edi gita ho na ya de mrafoforo bi aba na samra de be ye ne se won mu a etu fam won ye fam won adwuma Ghana ase ene won mu eye amnamudwuma no won sika won benya nyina esese sika no won di kan de to bank e wo Ghana ha sei untumi nya sika na mfa no preko pesa emfa enko ai gusu a ye sa emra no na megidi ye se etimi ye sa emra no e ma no ebopo a ebeboa ama ye nyam no sika bebre wo maimu na fi eno so ama ye sika no agina yi
ne senti Bank of Ghana ebetratre ne mpiwa mu e wo gold to enhyehyɛ no emu me wogidie se enimani mu ye yi hyehyɛ ahodo no ebeboa ama yesika no a ensisi so no etimi asisi so said ye wo sisiesie baabi a ya mono ni sika no eba ye fada deni no megidi sa no so ebeboa bank any forest bureau ahodo no so bekoso aye adwuma wo amansan so dua no a ewo se wode ye adwuma mu ye nyina ye kabom ni agini ye ni ye hwe ni yie ni etetre ni ma ebema amono ni sika ni adane no agina yie na ma yesika no a etwe no abo so no yetimi aboaboso esisa ekwan no yetuatua ntokro no na yetimi akoyenim yie
na ochiatwa mu me ni akuhuduo bi atese enyumayfo nkabom ko Trade Union Congress eno je organized labor ase afi Ghana Employers Association of Ghana Industries, Ghana Association of Banks, Private Enterprise Federation, Association of Forest Bureau, and afi Association of Market Queens and Women. One mu nyira ye no omo SS adwene ahwe de ebetimi aye ama Ghana sikasem agina na wɔn nso so kyerɛ wɔn adwen wɔ ahokyerɛ ɛwɔ mu deɛ wɔn gyiri sɛ ama ahokyerɛ yaba ɛne deɛ wɔgyiri sɛ yɛyɛ a ebetumi aboa ama sika no asan agyina ebio na meka no nokura mu sɛ ahokeka asaafoɔ nyinaa baayɛ ne ɛno wɔn di nkɔmɔ ne adwen a wɔn kyerɛeɛ no ɛma me gyidi yie sɛ ɛho bɛhia sɛ bra no yɛbɛkɔ so ɛne wɔn ahyia na wɔn nso so akyerɛ wadwen afa yɛn sikasɛm totoyɛ
bɛbɛ sɛ mehyɛ Ghanafoɔ nyinaa bɔ sɛ yɛ ankorankora sɛ yɛ adwumakuo obiara ne hɔ no ɔde ne dwetire akɔhyɛ biribi mu te sɛ pension fund te sɛ treasury bill anaa biribi a ɛtete te sɛ a wode sika no akɔto baabi ɛyɛ adwuma ma wo a wo sika bɛfiri wo nsa sɛ yɛkɔ IMF nti ɛne ho ntotoe nti obi sika yɛbɛte so deɛ dabi sɛ nsi mese mote saa asɛm no a ɛbosremuka ɛno nti mommɔntongu sɛdeɛ banking sector baabi a bank adwuma ne nneɛma akyea yɛsiesie yɛ na enipa bɛsɛ ɔpepe 9 ne akyipɔ nsia 4.6 million na wɔn sika ɛdeda da bank ahodoɔ ne atra ahodoɔ sika ahyeɛ no sara na wese nso bɛyɛ no
ɛrianom minim sɛ asekyerɛ mu ayɛ den nanso mo obi a mpa aba mo nkɔ so nya gidie ɛwɔ maban mu nhyehyɛ a etumi ma free SHS ɛne one district one factory baa mu nhyehyɛ a ɛboayɛ ɛma a etumi pam corona yare efiri ɔman mu saa nso ɛna maban yi ɛtoto nneɛma ɛwɔ emire yi mu ama ahotɔ asan aba ɔman mu efisɛ na ogidie kɛseɛ sɛ Awurade Nyankopɔn ɛkon no ɛyɛ Awurade Nyankopɔn ɛkon
aha no de ɔka ne twi ma yɛ akenkan yi ɔka ne nkran
na no akyi no ɔsan ka sɛ maban wei agitum na abɛ nyinaa so yɛwɔ ne da hɔ sɛ nhyehyɛ ahodoɔ a yɛyɛ ne nyinaa ɛbɛboa ama Ghanafoɔ afiri ahoyihia emu ɛno nti ɛna emfie no mu a edi kan a maban ɛbaayɛ no yɛtete anyinam nkanea aboɔ so akeka bɔ mu a bɛyɛ ɔhankyɛ mu edu akyire pɔnkɔn 10.9%. Yɛma nsuo ne kanea kwa